YouTube, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Rome Versace from Alabama,
Hey, my name is Alex Costa from São Paulo, Brazil.
and we are the founders of Versace Studios. Today, we'll be discussing off the cuff questions, answers, basically anything you want in photography. Just hit us up with a photo at Versace Studios INT or hashtag VS Photo Talk.
Oh, hashtag what?
VS Photo Talk.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm so happy to be here again.
I know,
Missed
right?
this so much.
We've been
Last
so
week's-
busy. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get online in a minute. So, we're
But
back.
anyway, we're back. So
So-
let's talk photography.
Yeah. So, I mean, didn't you just get a Fresnel?
Yeah!
He finally
I
moved
just
up.
got a real one, a real Fresno. Look that beauty. Look that.
That
500
stage,
watt
that-
seconds. It's amazing. It will go there, right there.
He was so excited it came today. So,
It just arrived like 20 minutes ago. I
yeah.
wanted one of those for such a long time, and it's so hard to find. And the prices here are kind of crazy. It's like you can buy, I don't know, 3 monolights with it. Of course, not Godox, but you can buy 3 monolights with it with the same price, and suddenly just show up one that I can afford. And I just went for right away and bought it. And the guy delivered it today, but as I told you, it came with everything but the dimmer.
and that's how it works sometimes. I mean, you only can get what you can get.
Yeah, I'm already ordering the dimmer, but it's funny because I wanted to use it today. So before that, I asked you 20 minutes just for me to try to set it up. I got another dimmer I had here, but it's just 150 watts. It just burned like in 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's like whenever I get a new toy, I like to play all the time with it.
No, there are 2 toys that I'm playing. This is one of them. And that optical snoot is kind of not bright enough because my LEDs are not strong enough. But the optical snoot I bought, and that one I paid very expensive here. Something that is costs, I don't know, $150 in the States. Here is like 20 times more, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of money.
No, I hear you. Because I mean, I've seen what it costs to ship to Brazil. It is not cheap, guys.
And this because we were talking about sound blankets. The shipping, it will cost like what we thought 10 times more than the price of the object.
Yeah, it was like some ridiculous number. It was like, oh, I mean, it was like what, 250 was the cheapest we could send it out there for 3 sound blankets. 4.
Yeah, but at least I found the sound blankets here because it was kind of hard. And I will buy a few and put it here to see if it gets better or worse.
Yeah.
So, off cuff today, we can talk anything about photography, we can answer any questions, and we can critique any pictures.
Basically anything. So as you can see, I'm in my new area.
And it looks great, by the way.
So my wife kicked me out of the bedroom. Literally. She said that's her room now. So I
But
did.
anyway, it looks great, and I think you did a good job, and you are much more comfortable now because you have this huge desk with you.
Oh yeah.
I'm here kind of crouched because if I move my hand here, I'll hit the MacBook. If I move my hand there, I'll hit the microphone stand.
Right.
So
Yeah. And we got new audio gear. So let us know if our audio is good.
Yeah, that's a good question. Is our audio good? Is our image good?
We
Does
literally
my light
bought
sucks?
a lot of gear in the last week. So
Man, gear is something that's crazy because you just can't stop. You buy one piece of gear and you want three more.
Right.
It's
Well,
really
if
hard.
anybody's wondering what we're using for audio, I have the Shure microphone that goes into a DBX 286S into another
Thank you for
DBX
the like.
215S, and that is routed into a Pro FX6 mixer, which is then moved into a UA25EX, which is now the sound coming out.
Yeah, this dude now is practically a radio station, you know?
So basically, I'm ready for podcasts, I guess. Oh yeah, we have a
Yeah.
podcast station now too. So
Yeah, we do. And just look for us at any platforms as just Versace Studios. We are there.
my favorite is on Amazon Music, but you can go to any platform.
Yeah, I use Spotify, so
Yep. So if anybody has any questions, go ahead and
we
throw
are
them
here
out
to
there.
answer. And even if are not questions and you just want to discuss a topic, let's talk. Let's
we
build
are
community.
here
Let's
to help. Now, what we have been doing for the last 2 weeks has been a bunch of stuff. So don't ask us what we've been doing. I know we missed a week. It's been a lot. Programming, setting stuff up, shooting. It's just been
It's
nuts.
a lot of work. And I
It's
kind of
been
bought more stuff
a
for
lot
the
of stuff.
studio. I got tired of the fabric background, so I bought paper and some X-Pens and set it on the wall so it gets there. By the way, one of my lights just died. It's there. I have to send to the shop to fix it. Now I just have 3 lights there and the speed lights, and this is making me crazy. I like to shoot
See,
with 4
and now
lights.
that's a good point for beginners because you should always have 2 of each thing that you have, honestly. Like bulbs, 2 bulbs. You should have 2 lights in case one light dies. You know, once you're getting into the big time, because you can't have an excuse to not do a job.
But the worst part is not do a job. It's so frustrating when you are in the middle of the job and the gear just die. You know.
Yeah.
It happened to me before. I was shooting and one of the lights just stopped working in the middle of the shoot.
Oh yeah. And
Then you have to come up with solutions. You have your light all set.
Yeah.
Suddenly you lose one of them, and you have to come up with some other stuff to fill in. You know.
Oh, I know. And that's the thing is people don't realize, you know, things happen. So that is, that's a major part.
I think the point is that the first thing is that I know it's tempting to buy cheap gear. It's really tempting, and I went that route. I know where it ends, so don't do it. It's better
You
to
end up-
save more money and buy good stuff. You know.
Yeah. You end up paying more in the long run. I hate to say
Uh,
that, but it's a
So
fact.
that's the first thing. And the second thing is have backups. Yeah, I have like bulbs. If you talk about flash bulbs and modeling lamp bulbs, I have a bunch of them in my drawer. So if they burn, I can just change it. But the problem is not any of those. The problem with that light is probably the you call it capacitor, like
Yeah,
as we
capacitor.
yeah, the charging capacitor probably died and it needs to be replaced. So I'll not do this. I could do it at home, but it's too much work. It's better to just put it in a courier, send to the shop, and they fix it and send me the same day.
Yep. And that's how it happens. I mean, it's not it happens to everybody. I mean, if you've been in this business any longer than 5 years, I'm pretty sure it's happened to you. So
Depending on our gear, much before the 5 years.
that too. So, but yeah, and I guess let's discuss something like sports photography. That'll be fun.
Sports or lighting?
No, sports. So I'm thinking,
Let me see.
I know there's a lot of people that follow us that want to get into the mass sports stuff.
Let me see if I have some pictures of race.
Which
foot
you
race.
know I do a lot of. So one of the things about sports is that it's like an assembly line style. So you're basically doing it off volume. And basically one or two teams will profit you probably about $1,200 per team, give or take. You know, some people always ask questions about, well, how do I do packaging? Well, WHCC Sports has packaging already pre-made, really. But you got to remember, it's parents doing it for kids. So in most cases, those type of shoots are going to be cheaper in packaging. So right now mine's like 45. Well, no, the most expensive is $65 for a package. It's an 2 8x10s, one of the individual, one of the team, 2 5x7s, and 8 wallets, and 2 buttons. And that's a $65 package. But remember that teams are they're, like I said, volume. So, you know, one team has 25, 30 kids, then you're taking an average of about $45 times however many kids you have. So, sports teams are fun and they're quick, because I can nail a 200 player team in less than an hour.
I'm trying to find some foot race pictures here. Just give me a second.
Pictures of what? Kids?
You call it cross country or country cross, something like that.
Cross country.
Those foot races. Yeah. I did a few in the past.
Oh, I did plenty.
Share screen. Okay. Before I share my screen, I have to say, there's the good, the bad, and everything there. Okay. I'm
And the
not. Yeah, and the ugly. I'm not cooling these pictures. They are just there the way it is. The good ones, the bad framing ones, the out of focus ones.
Right.
So this is, I miss this, to be honest, you know?
Take your pictures.
I really
of
miss this.
runners.
Yeah, it's cool. And you send a bunch of them. Oh, split lighting. Overexpose it. Oh, this one is really overexposed.
Yep.
I have a bunch of this. And these are all shot on JPEGs. And this is straight for the camera. There's no processing on it.
Yeah, that's another big thing about photography when you're dealing with volume, is you really don't need to edit those. So you get them right in camera, and you know, you may take out a few blemishes. Like I charge $10 for if somebody wants their faces to be edited, so that way they're better looking, I guess. I don't know.
But this is really pretty. It doesn't happen too much, you know. Usually,
here it
there's
does.
sport shoots. There's especially these foot races. You sell pictures. So what I do is the most I do with this is sometimes play a bit with the exposure if I got it wrong, and I edit on batch. I don't even get one picture by time, you know?
Yep.
I just throw on Lightroom and edit a bunch of them and upload. Because if you stop to think, it's like a race like this, you get 5,000 shots.
Mhm.
And you have to upload everything to the site so you can sell it. So there's not too much time for edit, you know?
Well, see, that's where
Yeah.
volume photography changes. Like you're doing it by shooting in the event, and then you're doing what's called event photography, right? So
Yeah.
you're doing an event, you put it on a website for people to buy. Chances are people are going to steal your images and not really buy it.
It happens a lot, but I sold a lot.
just the
I
way it
didn't have
works.
that. But one thing that you have to be in mind is that the time frame is kind of small because you finish the race, I don't know, 2 p.m.
Yep.
and by the night the pictures are already being sold. I don't know. But anyway, the point is the time for you to download the cards and upload to the website, the time frame you have is too short for you to really edit pictures, you know,
Oh,
in
I
this
know.
case.
And that's kind of why events are in the moment. So if you're doing event photography, you technically want to have like a booth where people could come up to it and order from the booth. That's really, I've never found an event that goes online that people buy photos in the masses. Never have. On-demand printing there would actually make that a much more lucrative adventure.
Yeah, this one is not prints. You just sell digitals. This kind of event, and it's like I make $150 per race. Let's put it this way: $100 to $150 per race.
Right.
But again, it's 5,000 pictures. It's a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
It's a lot of shots.
Oh yeah. No, that's
Your shutters go crazy.
that's one of the things about event photography is that it's literally in the moment. There's no I'm looking for
Oh, this race has sold a lot of pictures. Lots and lots of pictures.
yeah.
This is cancer. Share it.
Yeah.
Anyway, you
Charity.
got it. And I sold a lot. This one I sold. And usually gonna see that I do like few shots close and few more wide.
Sure. Variety.
Yeah, this makes me sell a bit more.
Yeah, and if you're shooting teams, like there is no variety. It's just one kid at a time.
Yeah.
I like shooting kids and I like doing the teams. I do banner also. So if you have somewhat of a graphic design background, then
This
you
kind
can
of
create.
more journalistic, photojournalistic stuff sells
Right.
a lot too.
Yeah. And if you can catch the winner of the race, you could sell it to newspapers, the news,
Yeah, the
making
point with this
50
stuff,
bucks, 100 bucks.
this website, this specific one, is that they don't have any relation with the organization, so you cannot stay in the finishing line,
Right.
the crossing line. So it's kind of really rare for you to get the image of the.
Is that because they have a photographer that's there already and that they're paying?
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
And that's what you want to try to go for. If you can do it, then you're gonna get the big money. And people like this, a lot, they come with their kids. Yeah, my framing was perfect on this one, wasn't it? This is composition. All the composition rules are there.
Well,
I
he's
don't even know
in
what I
first
shoot this
third.
with. Is there any kind of info? What did I shoot with it? The T4i? Really?
T4i, really?
I don't know what lens it is. Doesn't give me any details on it as here. Oh, a 7200 f4. Oh, of course it's the T4i. Probably this race was before I got the 7D.
Uh-huh.
And I will not put my full frame to run that crazy with the shutter, you know? Oh, woman love this. Flying hair.
Oh, yeah.
They just love it.
That's usually how it works.
And by the
My
way,
hair
you can
is
see that I'm shooting at f4, 1/400 with ISO 400 in a
Okay.
T4i and selling pictures.
Yeah. Well, that's the beginning, I guess. I know you don't carry that now since I joined.
Yeah, if I go to this kind of stuff, I will take one of the crop sensors. I will not take my 60 with me.
I take both.
No, I'll take both of the crop sensors. I'll take the T4i and the 7D. I will not take my full frame with me. For several reasons. First, violence in Brazil is not the same as the States.
Yeah.
So
well, he has
stealing
a
a camera is
reason
pretty,
to have a cheaper camera.
it's pretty normal. Okay. So that's the first problem. And the second problem is that this shit you're gonna just make my shutter goes to 1 million in like, I don't know, 10 races. I will have 1 million clicks in the camera. So
So,
I have to change the shutter. I don't want to change the shutter.
just don't put it on high speed shutter.
I need high-speed shutter when I'm
You do
doing
low
this.
speed.
No, I do high-speed shutter.
Yeah, but low speed will reduce the amount of clicks you actually hit.
The 7D gets crazy. It's 11 shots per second in JPEGs.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
Just don't
It's
hold
really
it
a
down.
lot. I do.
Just don't hold it down.
I don't know. I think I like to do this kind of events, not because of photography, but because it gives you. These people have so much energy, and they are always in a good mood. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I saw this one too. Wait, this one I saw too. She loved the picture.
She looking at her time.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
She's taking it pretty seriously, you know? Oh, I miss this so much. And there is a lot of old people there. Right here.
Yeah. No, that's normal.
I enjoyed this a lot. I probably have more than 200,000 shots of races.
Oh yeah.
I don't keep them in my computer, but I have a bunch of it.
So I'm almost there. I'm grabbing people I know I can use.
I'm grabbing random people. I never paid attention on how much bokeh you get with a 7200, even f4. Oh, this was really hard for me. I know my lighting. I know how to do it, but was my first time with a speed light.
Uh-huh.
I burned one of them. Stop, overheat. These ones were really, and I got so many bad pictures, I should have gone for off-camera flash or something. So many bad ones.
We all get them.
Was my first nighttime race.
So yeah, so when we're talking about the team stuff, right? So now I guess we turn this one into a team version. So this is one that
This is the last one?
Yeah, this is the last one that I did this year.
Okay, I'll follow you in the screen, okay?
Yeah. So you can see here we got a little banner, and they're the Saints, and they wanted a new banner to put up on their wall because I think the last team was like 2 or 3 years ago, and they wanted me to make them a custom banner. So this is kind of what I do. I basically get them cut out, put them in, and create the banner around them. As far as individuals, this is all straight out of camera, so I don't edit anything unless they want it edited. So we could go through, like there's the kids. So everything is already there for when you go to, like what I do is I come in here, like here's the banner from what we used. And because I am on this...
How many layers you have there?
A lot. That's what I'm pulling it in for, so I can see. Let's see. So right now, a lot. And so, I mean, you could see really easily. Why is this so big? Yeah. So that's the banner. But see, what I like to do is I like to take and oh my gosh, why is all this stuff going up? There we go. So you can see my window resized when we came online. That's why I can't see. So you can see real quick how I like to do it custom for all my schools, right? So they all receive custom everything. I mean, I put in their logos, I put in the year, put in their names. Whoever orders the memory mates, this is what they come out looking like. And what I try to do is, let's see here. So now what I try to do is I make one, right? And then all I'm doing is I can put the boys in there. So it's one, there's a swim team that I used at one time. But there's the boys kneeling, boys standing, right? And then of course you got the kids. Like each kid has their own in here. Like here's Eric Johnson. Yeah. So here's all the photos for them. So you can see how I could just quickly put them in and drop them, change the names, and each one could be individualized. And this only takes me maybe an hour because I have everything already pre-done. Um, that's my kid playing. So, but yeah, so doing these type of things are quick and fast, and they definitely, I'd say probably 2 hours max on a team is all it takes, and you'll profit probably about anywhere between $500 to $1,400. So I
I was
like it.
trying to find something here that I do when I go shoot these races. Sometimes it depends on the size of the event, of course. Sometimes I use a remote camera, so I bring a second camera with me. I put it on a tripod, and I use a trigger. Every time I shoot with my camera, it will shoot the other camera too. So usually I have the 7200 on my main camera, and I have any wide lenses in the other camera. So I get the double of the picture. So where I make 5,000, sometimes I get you 10,000 for one race.
Right.
And this kind of maximize my revenue when I'm doing this.
So yeah, I mean, events and sports photography to me are just fun fillers when you're not shooting portraits, and that's one of the things that a lot of people don't pay attention to. Really, is their fillers. They gotta have stuff to do in between your big shoots. So
Yeah, and there is this is a bit because of another thing that is I think people are putting out information that is not really okay, because they say you have to niche your public, you have to go for a certain niche of photography and stay there. That's not entirely true,
yeah, I mean,
I do portraits, you do portraits, but we do all kind of stuff on the side to fill in.
niche is your bread and butter. So when they're talking about find a niche because that's your bread and butter. That's what you're going to be known for. That's what people are going to really come to you for. Like with me, it's headshots. I do so much corporate headshots, it's ridiculous. Well, I also do commercial, and they know that. But we also break our website up that way too. So we have corporate, we have swimsuit, we have boudoir. We do all the different genres, but the websites are completely separated. So we make sure that when people are wanting a specific thing, they're looking at a specific thing. It's not everything put in the one website. And I think that's where a lot of people mess up, is because people don't see what you do for that of what they're looking for.
And another thing that is important is that we put the main effort on marketing in what we are doing as a niche, our strongs like portraits. But that doesn't mean we don't market the other work.
Yep. Man, that's exactly right, because there's just so much that you could do. And the thing is money goes to marketing, because marketing is where you will make money. That's good money going out, not bad money going out. And unfortunately,
And
a lot of people...
Sorry, finish.
No, it's fine. A lot of people just don't realize that what you put into it in marketing, you get in return in customers.
Okay. And this is where all the photography stuff started for me, okay? It's not my picture. I didn't take this shot, but it's where it started.
Okay.
My wife just got my camera. I had a camera, but I didn't use it. I had the
By the way,
T4i.
guys, he is a musician.
Yeah, they can see that.
He's not
And I
faking
was-
it. That's real.
I was playing, and she started to get some shots of me. And this is my uncle. Took some pictures of me and her.
Oh,
And this, I will not open those pictures because she'll get crazy with me.
yes, you
But
will.
this is where it started. And since that day, I start to shoot.
Yep.
My uncle. This is my uncle. Oh, I missed that. Anyway,
The reminiscence. See, and that's the importance of photography. See, one of the things that I try telling people, okay, I was a cop in New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina. And it's a pretty good story, is that I was driving down the street, and everybody was loading their cars, right? And I stopped and I just kind of was watching because it was almost like surreal, like you were watching. And people were loading their cars up. And I was sitting there watching, and all of a sudden it hit me. I was looking at what they were loading. They were loading photographs. They were loading their wall
Yep.
portraits. They were loading, albums. I mean, all kinds of cool stuff. And that's when it hit me that photography really does mean more than what people think it does. And until that major event happens, you don't realize it. And then all of a sudden you see it and you're like, oh my God, I'm about to lose everything. And what are they more important of? They care about the memories that they've had over the decades of time that they've been on the earth. And they all were saving, wall portraits I kept watching going in the back of vans. It was insane. And I was just like, wow. And you don't realize the impact that has. And I've also seen where we went to murder scenes, and a couple weeks later, I found out that I took a photograph of one of them. It hurt, but at the same time, you realize how important your photography is when something like that happens. And
you
that's
don't know how much I cherish these pictures. You don't have an idea how much I cherish this. And are simple pictures. This is from the last World Cup, Soccer World Cup.
yeah.
My wife took from me. We went to a motorcycle bar to watch the match.
Uh-huh.
And she was just here for like 6 months in Brazil. And I cherish those pictures a lot. If I lose them, I will get crazy.
Yeah. And it's because you'll never get that time again, And there's
Yep.
another segue into why it is important not to be a beginner photographer shooting a wedding.
Oh, man. Oh, if I,
I
don't show
don't
this
know
picture,
how
my wife
many
gonna get
times
crazy
I've
with
had
me.
brides come to me going, I wish I would have gotten you instead of them. And unfortunately, you can't redo a wedding.
A wedding. That's the biggest problem. And it's not only weddings. Any kind of parties, events, important ones, like the first year of your child. You go there and you throw a birthday party, and you want to have those memories.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
I
you
don't
want to
do
have
parties.
those memories.
Just
Me neither,
saying.
but still, just
But
don't get
there
a
are
beginner.
people that do, and those that do, I commend you, because I will not do any parties. My gear's way too much, and people get drunk at parties.
I would not even do weddings. I'm not a wedding photographer, okay? So forget
Yeah.
it. But the point is, it's much easier. It's much easier now. It's possible if you screw up in a photo session with a person, like a lifestyle session. You can just shoot again.
Yeah.
A wedding, a party is over. If
Yeah.
you screw up, you screw up.
And most of the time, nobody's really going to hire for parties except for like quinceañeras or Sweet 16. Something that's a significant birth date, or say like
Prom.
bar mitzvahs, the prom.
Prom.
Well, the prom is actually Prom, I like doing proms because it's just like the sports photography. It's about volume, not it's quantity versus quality. Does that make sense?
Yeah, by prom here, I'm talking about. I don't know how you do that in the States, but we always have a party, like a dancing party after the prom.
Mm-hmm.
And those pictures are kind of compared to a wedding, you know?
Yeah.
Of course, it's less than a wedding, but still, it's a big event and they don't want to lose those pictures. Okay, if I don't show this picture, my wife gonna kill me. It's my little cat. He's pissed with something. Probably the dog.
Probably you. But yeah, I mean, that's, lifestyle photography is another big one that is similar to that. It's lifestyle photography deals with going to the family, kind of being with the family for a day, watching them enjoy themselves, seeing things in their natural environment. A lot of natural light shooters, they like to shoot lifestyle photography, and that's because you don't need strobes. We try to get that natural feel. Um, I don't know. That's just some of the
No,
stuff.
I'm not a natural light dude.
Mm.
Do you have more pictures to show?
Oh, I got tons of photos.
Bring the
Look.
sport ones. Oh, I'm
Here's
glitchy. Okay, I have to turn off my camera for a few seconds.
So if anybody has any questions, please reach out to us and ask, because we are here today, just like I said, basically we're on a couch and we're just talking shop. Today's a different day, I guess. And so while Alex fixes his issue, I don't know what's happening. So, but yeah, I mean, we do a lot of lighting stuff. We do basically anything from commercial to anything. Oh my God. I've been around since 1997 and we have a ton of stuff. Where did Alex go? So, anyway,
Let's see if am I still glitching. Yeah, I am still glitching. So I have to do some stuff here. Just give me 1 second.
yeah. So we have technical difficulties at this moment. It's live, so you never know what happens. Let's see.
Yeah, that doesn't supposed to happen.
A lot of things aren't supposed to happen, but they do. And that's why, being a photographer, we have to be able to adapt and overcome quickly. So it happens.
Oops.
So I'm just curious what people are working on right now. I mean, are you guys working on studio work? You guys working on anything in between? Let us know. There's something that you've been wanting to try. We're in COVID now, so you could basically do anything you think about or want to try. I mean, right now is the time to be learning.
Okay,
and
back to the
educating
preview
yourself.
setup.
So now, one thing, I'm gonna go off topic here and do a little swerve. And one thing I always tell people, if you're doing studio work, is get to know your lights, right? You know that because I tell you that all the time.
Yeah, there
know
is
your,
another thing that you always tell to people: if you're doing studio light, buy a gray card.
that and experiment distances, heights and distances.
This is one topic I want to talk about it.
Yep.
We were watching a video from John Grass, and he was talking about 5 things he actually thought he knew, but he didn't. And this is one topic for me. One thing I did really wrong at the beginning and a few months ago is light distance. Everybody everywhere they tell you that put your lights close, you're gonna get a softer light. Yeah, you're gonna get a softer light, but the fall off will be so quick but so fast that they're not gonna light the entire subject.
Yep.
So this is one thing that I didn't pay attention back in the past,
Right.
and I pay now attention to it. And you can see this in this picture. Share screen. This picture.
Yep.
I love this picture, but the fall off was too fast.
It's a good
There's
dramatic
nothing-
photo.
There's nothing under here. It's just black.
Yeah.
It's just pitch black.
Were you wearing black pants?
No, it was blue denim. You can see here, it's blue.
Oh, blue jeans. Yeah. See it. Huh. That happens.
So it's one thing that people keep saying, oh, you need soft light, put the modifier closer, use a big modifier, get a 5 feet umbrella and put it like 1 inch from the model. Stop.
Right.
Think your light before doing stuff.
So yeah, so let's go ahead, put my screen up there. And when I was talking about knowing your distances and heights, right? This is what I do
That's label.
I do this to every modifier I have. I will test it out at 8 feet, 11 feet, and 16 feet. And I will do it for each modifier, and each modifier will get a tag. And that makes it so I don't have to think about it.
And if you don't forget, and you're getting this on the replay, we have a really amazing video about lighting modifiers.
Yeah.
That will put
we'll be
right
making
here?
more that'll make it better.
right here.
But that was like our first. And but one thing, like you see here on the left side, you see it's all the apertures, right?
Can
So
you
you
zoom
got-
in a bit because we cannot see it really.
So you
Oh,
can
now we
see
can see.
you can see how on the left side we have all of our apertures, right? So what I do is I go through and I shoot each aperture. Then the light that I use is what's associated to these numbers. So some lights have numbers on the back. Some lights have half, quarter, 16, 32nd, 64th.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what that would be, right? So at 5.6, if I'm shooting f8, I know I just changed my light to negative 1.7 and I'm good, right? This was Einstein's back when I had Einstein's. But I do this basically for every
Just cool.
modifier I have had their own chart. And this way, when you're shooting people, you can nail something like this straight out of camera. I didn't do anything but just shot it. So,
Did
You know-
we edit that picture online?
yeah, we edited this one on, not this one, it was the other one that had the brightness in the back. But that was all done because these numbers were already there. I set it up. I don't have a picture of it, but Uh, my stand, we can get rid of that. My stand has a tape measure taped to it. So all I do is I pull the tape measure out and I measure however far I need. So 11 feet on the tape measure itself. Hold on, I think I might have one. No, I don't. All right. Anyway, the tape measure itself, I put a piece of tape at each one. And if you notice, those distances coincide with f-stops.
You're smarter than me. Do you know what I
So-
have? What I had, I don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
It's like a piece of thread, the length I want.
Yep.
Right here, the length I want. And I know that piece of thread is f8. That piece of thread is f5.6.
Same concept, except you don't have a
Same
big piece of
concept.
string standing there. That used to be called the knot method, and I used that for that big 7 foot by 5 foot softbox that I had. I was using the string method because it's such a big softbox that I can't get my. You can't really use a tape measure because it's literally so big. You got to go underneath it and come back out, and it just doesn't work. But I like using it on my stand, so that way when I pull it out, I can go all the way to them, and I can see where it's at, and then I can pull a little bit further or further back, whatever. It makes it easy to justify that distance, knowing that at a certain f-stop that I use, the power is going to be dead on at a certain number. And to get that power, I use the good old trusty gray card. I do have that.
Yeah. And
So
I can testify for it. For my whole life, I use a light meter. I have 2 light meters. I don't have one, I have 2 light meters. Till this dude proved me my light meters doesn't work. So since then, including last week, I didn't have any models to shoot, so I just shot my wife.
yeah,
And I
and they
just
were good
got
photos
my
too.
I got my I cannot just show it because she
I
got
know.
crazy. But I got my light meter. My light meter was reading 6.3, and with gray card was 5.6. So
So I was
clearly,
right. I was right.
a third of stop wrong. Yeah, you're right.
Every
you're
light is
right.
different. Every camera's different.
Every
that's
lens is different.
every lens is different. I mean, some lenses let in less light than other lenses. It's just a fact. It's just the way it's coded. And that's why light meters don't really justify the true light coming into your camera body.
Let's be honest. Okay, a light meter is a great tool if it was
it-
cheap.
See, I like the light meter to show me my ratios, right? So if I get my main set using the gray card, right? I can now light meter that, and I can go, okay, I want 2 stops down over here. So then I can click it and get that light. And then I say I want 1 stop below on both back ends. I can turn around and click, and now I got them all set like that. But
Yeah,
when
that's
it
what I'm
comes,
doing right now, to be honest.
but when it comes to the main light, I want it set to my camera, not to a meter. And that's just
If it was cheaper,
the way I do.
if it was cheaper, I will try to tell you buy it. But with the prices,
It's less than $10. I mean,
there's no way to try to pretend it's a good
Yeah.
investment, right? Even for beginners, more for beginners.
oh, you're talking about for the light meter.
For the light meter, yeah, for the light meter.
Oh yeah, no light meter.
I prefer to get those $200, $400, and buy some other stuff like lens,
Marketing.
lights, and other marketing.
$200 in marketing will make you probably about $500 to $1,000.
Good.
Just saying. But yeah,
So
I mean, it's just the
we
way it is.
advocate for gray card. The gray card is the best thing ever. and
Best
it
investment you'll ever make in photography, period. I mean,
There will be
You could-
people that still say, oh, with a light meter, you just click it once and you know you are exactly in the right exposure. Bullshit. Sorry, bullshit.
every
I prefer
time
to take three
every
clicks.
time a person moves, you're gonna have to redo it.
I prefer to
And then-
take three shots and nail my light with the light meter. Sometimes it's just two, but usually for me,
Well-
it's 3 shots to get right in the middle, dead center.
Well, technically, you don't have to take any shots. You can actually activate your histogram and look at it while the camera's going.
Yeah, if you're using continuous and using flash, I need to shoot.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could pop it and then make the adjustment on your camera.
But anyway,
See.
it's 3 shots, and I know I will be dead center. I know my
Mhm.
exposure will be right on top, perfect.
Exactly. And then one thing that I mean, I've used light meters for a long time, especially in film. Film, you had to. I mean, there's no doubt about it. it was like that. But now with digital,
Well, if it's continuous, you can use the sound system and
no, yeah, but
a gray card that will work perfect.
well, you could use zone system. You can use a whole bunch of different ways. But the gray card would have been useless for film, right? Well, now that we're in digital and you can see an active histogram, and that histogram is fully, I mean, it's always going, especially in my EOS R, it's in my eyepiece. I mean, now I could
Yep.
literally see it while I'm shooting. And, you know, I just have my assistant throw up they throw up a gray card every time we go to shoot another segue. You know, they'll throw up a gray card. I'll look at it. I say, all right, take it away. And then,
And to be honest, that's why I ask you if that camera, the EOS RP, would be a good trade, a good upgrade for my 6D, because it's a mirrorless camera.
if it goes
And
to
I
R,
have
I
the
say, yeah.
but
RP.
the R is kind of $4,000 more for us, my money, okay, not your money. And it's a mirrorless camera and
like
has an
$350,
EVF,
by
and EVF is amazing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've come to be growing on the EVF. The more I shoot with the EVF, the more I'm loving it. I mean, the EOS R and RP, they do have real photo view through the eyepiece. So if you're not shooting with flashes, you could turn that on and you will literally see the image before you shoot it.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many times I just took 10 shots and I was done and walked out because it was already done. I didn't really need it. And I got it the way I wanted it. You know, it was done. We hit it. And the clients were happy because I got it done way faster than they even thought it would be done. And they got what they wanted. I got what I wanted.
Whoa.
And I was out. What?
You froze.
Me?
Yeah. Or maybe it was me. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
Anyway, but yeah, so I mean, that's basically how it works with gray cards. And, you know, light EVFs are good, but they also have limitations. Like, I still prefer, like in sports, I still prefer using a SLR with not mirrorless. And it's only because you don't really have that blackouting that happens. It has bigger buffers.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I have a 6D Mark II, a 5D Mark II, a T4i, and a 7D in the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And if I go for fast action, I'll take the 7D
Yeah.
over any of them.
Yeah. Well, I got the 5D Mark IV, and I'll use that for sports. Anytime there's heavy action, I won't use an EOS R. It drives me nuts. It's not fast enough. The shutter speeds are they're too slow. That's my opinion. You know, I like to catch, if I'm at a racetrack, I like to catch the car coming around the curve, not at the curve and then when it's in front of me. So, you know,
Want to
that's
see
just,
something funny?
is it you?
No, it's pictures I took when I didn't know what I was doing.
Everybody don't know what
so
they're doing.
I went I went downtown and I took this picture of a building.
That looks familiar.
Yeah, you saw that picture in another one of our guests took a picture of São Paulo. I think it was
Yeah.
Brian.
Brian.
Was it Brian?
Yeah,
It's
it
the
was
same
Brian.
building. It's exactly the same building.
Yeah, he got closer and looked up harder.
This is the day I got the 24-105 and I had a wide angle, so I was. Anyway, I took this picture, then I edited to make this.
That's funny. So what'd you do? Just threw a blue layer over it?
I don't remember what I did. I just like the result. Still now, I still like the result.
Yeah, it's like you
It's
took
kind
the
of
red out.
Tilted.
Okay.
I had to
Yeah.
fix it a bit.
Try
But
to make a night scene.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean, today's, like I said, just off the cuff. You know, we're just here. Anybody has? Oh, by the way, we do have a Facebook group. If you wanted to go into our
we
Facebook,
have all kind of stuff. We
Yeah,
are
we'll put-
everywhere.
we'll put the links down low. The Facebook group is nice because you know we can answer questions. We can make videos off of your questions if you wanted us to show it to you. You know, a lot of
Do you know what you can do with $200 that is much better than a light meter?
there's a lot of things you can do with $200. That's a lot.
This is not a sponsored video, and I'm not saying this. The link is not even there. I'm not saying this because we want to sell something. But with that money, you can buy satellite,
Satellite 3D.
and
Yeah,
it's worth much more than a light meter.
it is definitely worth a lot. I pre-vision all my shots using Satellite 3D.
We have a show.
Yeah.
We are gonna leave it here.
Yeah.
Where
And
we just
We could put the link to
draw the
Satellite
set.
down at the bottom too.
Yeah.
Because that's something that I think if you're going to really do photography, Satellite is definitely a huge help, especially if you deal with a team, you know, or clients are like, well, I'm looking for something like this or like that or like this, and they tell you what all their parameters are. I like to take all those parameters, put them in the Satellite, come up with a 3D fully envisioned vision. Now the client understands how many lights are needed, how many assistants I have. They'll understand, you know, how much time it would take. Plus, they can look at the final, like they can look at a representation of what the final will look like. And they can go, well, I kind of want it this way. I want this, that, this. Dude, it's a great communicative tool. And it's awesome because it increases your value in a client's eyes. If they could see what you're about to do and see your vision and help merge their vision with your version, and then it becomes a hotcake. I mean, they're like, yeah, we love it. So, you know, that's why I like Satellite.
I'm jumping all over the place with the topics here.
Yeah, we'll
But
just
when I
throw a
see
bunch
my
of stuff out.
my first ever studio shot,
Sure.
straight from the camera.
That ain't bad, actually.
Huh?
For a first shot, that's not bad. I mean,
It
it's
isn't.
blue.
It was the first time I rented it's blue. That's the main point. My white balance
I mean, he looks
blue.
like a vampire, but yeah.
was my first the first time I rented a studio, and I said I will take pictures of someone who knows how to model. So I
Yeah.
invite 4 dudes. This was the first one.
That's cool. I mean, it's
Ain't
kind of
bad.
it's got that, what's that TV movie, whatever that my wife
The
watched?
vampire one.
Yeah. I can't
Uh,
remember what the name of it was.
Then I try.
What the heck's the vampire
Then I
movie?
try a white background.
See, that ain't that bad. Not for the first.
It is. It's kind
Not
of
for a
there is
first.
some
I
kind
mean, I'm
of
talking about
haze.
I'm talking about being your first time. I don't see that being a problem. Dude, if I showed you what I did in my first shots ever, of course, it was a transposure from film to digital. I gotta find it though. I haven't looked for
Keep
that
looking
picture.
for it. I'm trying to look. It was four dudes by that day,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to look for some of the other people. Wait. This light I put on the forehead of this one. It's crazy. Hot spot right in the middle. But it's not that bad, you know?
Well, I mean,
It's still
You-
reusable.
it's him. I mean, that's. I usually like to take translucent powder and put it over it, so that way it takes that shine away.
I could just feather the light, but by that time I didn't know what that means.
I always put translucent powder on him anyway. Just because it's easier to do it before you take the shot than it is to take it out. Again, for me, it's time is money. So it's not that I want it to be shiny, because I don't.
This
Now-
looks fun.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad shot, to be honest with you.
And there is one more. It was four dudes that day. Let me find the last one. This was the last one.
And another tip that I could say is get a mannequin.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I have two. This was
I've
the
just-
last dude.
Yeah.
It's a bit underexposed. This one is a bit underexposed. Catch
a
light
little
didn't
bit.
get you.
See, now you understand the whole catch lights and all that good stuff. So
Did you find the old
I'm
pictures there?
looking. Still trying to find that first photo.
Not a bad picture though. A bit overexposed.
No. Now, mind you, mine's from '97 with film. But that I used Photoshop 1.0. Yeah, that's how old I am. If I could ever find this shot. Where are
Oh my god, that was so bad.
you? I just love looking at your old stuff. It's like,
All my white backgrounds, all my whites has a haze. It lost so much contrast.
everything I've had.
Was the lights in the back was so strong.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know where these are. It's probably in one of these other big folders.
But well, at least my kicker didn't hit any noses. That's a progress.
Dude, ever since I pointed that out, you're just like always about the light on the news. I love it.
Hate. Oh, I have some street shots here.
Not in that one. Let's see. Man, I got so many folders. I need to start cleaning up. I mean, I got folder galore.
And that's how everything started.
I remember those.
It's just a fabric in the back and 4 flashes.
Yep. and
I
Photoshop.
don't even know what I use it for the main light, because the main light is not in the shot. I use it the speed light. Because I'm
Looks
seeing
like
my forehead
it's-
there.
Something. Zoom into the eye.
I know I have a beauty dish there, but because the beauty dish is here. But I don't know what was inside the beauty dish.
Disc.
It's probably just a speed light.
Oh, you know what? I know where I can go to get it.
My first attempt to landscape. Long exposure. I think that was too long. This one was too long.
Water. You made the clouds instead of. But you know what? That's a good example of using shutter speed properly. Because that shows people that you can actually create clouds in water.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have one picture of the beauty dish hitting my head. I'm trying to find it.
Let me see. I know it's in here. I got it way down.
You have all the old pictures. There is a folder in the shared folder called Rome's old pictures or something like that.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the real, basically my first model. I was only 19, so
Oh, I knew I had it. I knew I had it. Okay, I was doing those self-portraits with the saxophone
yeah.
using a beauty dish, and yes, was a speed light in the beauty dish. And at some point, I don't know why, because the stand was so heavy. I don't know why it fell on my head, but it did, and it hurts. It hurts so bad.
And you got a picture of it?
Yeah, because I was using the remote to
And you
click.
hit it?
It hit my head and I hit the remote. And I got a picture of it.
No, that's funny. I mean, it sucks, but it's funny.
And this is something, this I think is important, because I did so many self-portraits to learn light.
Yeah. Yep. Self-portraits is hard. It's more for you just messing with lights to see how it works. Where in the hell is this photo?
I even did, wait. This is overexposed, okay?
Sure.
I even did some homeless person pictures.
Uh-huh.
You're not seeing it, are you?
Yeah, you are. You got the beanie. That's pretty funny, actually. And oh my gosh, man, so many photos. It's ridiculous.
Self-portraits are something important in your evolution as a photographer. That
Yeah.
picture you like? Look at this. How many I took to get that one? This is... No, it's not this one. But anyway, I took so many of them. Oops.
Well, that's because you were learning, so I get that. But see, again, that's testing. That's learning your gear. And with beginners, that's one of the big things about beginners is they think they just can do it, and they don't really try, test.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, it's a lot harder than just getting a camera and throwing it up there and shooting it. It takes time. And yeah, it doesn't take a lot of time, but it takes time to learn and grasp those basic fundamentals. That's really the biggest
Then
part of it.
I decide to do some beauty shots with my makeup artist.
I have so many photos. It's ridiculous. Oh, I found the picture of my wife. No.
Funny dude.
You makeup artist?
Yep.
See, I haven't pulled this image up in so long because I really don't like to show it. It's old, but
And I have pictures. I have pictures of me in a folder called Studies Aperture. I don't even want to go there to see what is it. Oh, I have some micro shots.
I just have too many photos. Lordy. Well, going back to the sports thing. Like, we could look at this. That was one of the big volleyball teams that I did. You can see how I just take them. Each one of those is an individual photo. And then I put them in this position because I knew what my main goal was. So once I did that, it became easier. So that's that.
This is one of the pictures that from the beginning, that I kind of proud of it.
Yeah.
It's a street shot. My
Shallow
depth of field was everything wrong because I got the focus is around here. So his finger is already getting out of focus. Anyway.
Let's see.
Buddy,
Close.
I'll tell one thing.
What?
We are 1 hour and 20 minutes on.
Good.
I not even saw it pass.
What's what happens when we just sit here and discuss stuff?
Okay, can you hold the fort? I have someone at my door.
Yeah.
Come back in a...
So, guys out there, if you guys are looking to do some fun stuff, I don't know if you guys ever heard of IBMS. They do small events around the U.S. and they also go into like the Caribbean and stuff like that. Those guys are great. I've nailed tons of shoots from there that got published in the magazine. So they do have a large group of amazing individuals, great photographers. That's one thing I did like about it was really the family style environment that they had. Um, oh, did I just find it? Nope. And you guys are, whoever's joining us today, we really appreciate it. If you could like, subscribe, all that good stuff at the bottom would be great. We do have a lot of video plans happening um, for basically like courses that we're going to do for free. And if you guys remember, I was telling you about using Mannequin, right? So let me just go in here. Let me share window. All right. So you can see here, this is a mannequin's head, right? So using the mannequin, you can basically learn lighting really well, and you can hit, you know, different ways. That's Brett Seeley. But you can hit the different ways, learning how to see that edging of the dark of the shadow. You can use the mannequins. They never get tired. You know, that's one of the things that a lot of people don't have is a very patient person to learn with you. Um, so that's one thing you do want to do is get you a mannequin.
And hard light.
He got one.
I have two. Oh,
Yeah,
in fact,
a head.
let's be honest. Let's be honest. I have 4 heads and 1 mannequin.
Yeah. I was going to say.
Because the heads are for hairdressing.
But the heads are fine because, you know, that most of the time you're trying to do lighting on the face. Well, if you know how high the head is, you can put it on a stand and just shoot it from there. While you're away, I was showing them one of the mannequin shots that I was doing with.
Yeah, you were actually not showing because the screen was not shared. I had to, when I get to the chair, I put the screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's hard to do
I just
by
noticed.
yourself.
Yeah, I'm telling you that. What more? Do I have more bad stuff here?
Oh, here was a. So if somebody wants to see the commercial side, share screen. So if somebody wants to see what we do for the commercial, am I on there?
No, now you are.
So here's like supercar, you know, some commercial stuff. So yeah, that was one of the commercial deals. So you could see we don't just do nothing videos. Hey, sometimes people think, they're like, hey, do these guys even shoot? Yeah, we shoot quite a lot.
I have a folder called garbage with only my pictures inside.
Well, unfortunately, I can't show 90% of the photos that I do, or else we get hit by YouTube.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem.
It's
We
stupid.
were hit in the last one.
It was a swimsuit shot, and we get hit on it. I'm like, really? She's wearing a bathing suit. Evidently, it was sexual in nature. Well, that's YouTube for you, I guess.
Yeah, I have a lot of model shoots, and I cannot just open because we're gonna get hit.
That's why I have to close my window, because if I'm scrolling, there's a lot of images that we get hit on because it's not professional or it's sexual in nature, even though they're swimsuits.
Yeah.
So we have to keep it completely no skin, I guess.
Sure. Have some weird beauty shots too. bit underexposed. You want some BTS?
Yeah, I haven't done any BT. That's what we need to start doing. We're getting there. I mean, hell, we just started this YouTube stuff, so I think we'll get there.
Yeah, we're just learning, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we're better today than we were, 4 months ago when we started this thing?
I hope so.
I mean, yeah, it was definitely a distance.
Anyway, we are reaching 1.5 hour. Just time to say goodbye. See you next week.
But I don't want to leave. This is so much fun.
It is.
I mean, it's a break from what we do on a daily basis. And that's why I think we like it. Just because it gives us time to get with people that enjoy what we do. And, oh, by the way, every Sunday at 10 a.m., we're going to be going live. So no more of the Thursday because too many people have work and all that other stuff. And we figured the weekend would be a better day. You know, we're looking at it from the standpoint of when can people be on and we can help them the most. Well, we picked Sunday because that's usually the day that everybody's at home anyway. So
I found some more pictures here. Like, wanna shoot bride without having a dress? We can do it.
Huh?
This is all improvised.
Oh,
There's no dress. It's just a fabric. And
it's close up. Basically headshots. Let's see.
wonder
Dude,
where this goes.
I've gone through 13,000 photos already.
Yeah, and I used the gray card before. It's a small one. She works.
Oh, here's an event that we did. Let's see. Share screen. That's we were talking about event photography. This was a runway models. So we did the runway show. I mean, that's all done JPEG. You know, one shot, one kill. So yeah, I mean that's
For that kind of stuff, JPEG rules, you know.
yeah. I mean, you don't have time to be editing.
And you don't want to be editing, so
Yeah. Especially when it's like 4,000 or 5,000 shots. You're like, now I'll edit like a handful, the ones that I want to use for myself, but for the most part, no.
just nail in camera and it's done.
Yeah. I mean, that's the importance of, like, when I did that runway, they all had a spot that they had to stop at. And when they walked up, they'd stop, they'd do their little pose, and then walk the other way, right? Well, that's when we take the shots, is every time they hit the little spot. And it was oh, look, we got another one too. Huh. Well, that's pretty cool.
Anyway, my dear American partner, I guess it's time for us to
Oh, here you go.
say bye-bye and have
finally-
lunch.
I got a shot of the team. Check it out.
You got other shot?
Yeah, give me a second.
Oops, I had my screen. Trying to stop sharing and
There you go.
I'm adding to the...
It's the team. So,
Can you zoom in?
I don't know. It's online. No,
Like,
but this is us. This is all stuff we did out in Huntsville. One of the at the Alabama Fashion Alliance. So you can see how
On
it's
camera
switched.
flash.
No, this is all off-camera flash. We had lots of lights, trust me. That's why I said if you see this image, right? Go back. Go back. I mean, you see all the lights we had. And there's more. And they're scattered all over. Hey, you know who that is?
Yep.
Greg. Yeah, they will kind of pick it up. Not really. It sucks because it's on Google.
Anyway,
So anyway, it was fun, man. I'm glad whoever's joined us. Watch us for
and
a
I'm
little bit.
happy you guys just watch it for the whole stuff. You know who I'm talking to? I just saw you there for the whole show, 1 hour and a half. Thank you.
And who is it?
I don't know who is it because they didn't comment, but I'm seeing them there for the whole
know,
show.
right? Huh. I don't know who it is. So yeah, anyway. But yep, so we're back and we're gonna start doing some pretty cool shit. So be ready, because we're in our new areas. We got all our good stuff, and we're gonna be able to make awesome stuff. And we look forward to seeing people again and again and again and again and again. So anyway, I'm Rome Versace.
It's missing something. Yeah, you're Rome Versace. Yeah. I'm Alex Costa.
And we were
And see you
Versace
guys
Studios.
in the next week. Bye bye.
Later.